I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Think of those open lines that you just heard from Kellogg. Think of the power behind those messages. When you first hear of Kellogg, you hear about him as a monster. He stole your son. He is evil to the core. But once you go into his memories, you realize he is just as human as you are, the player character. You've killed hundreds of people. Every single one of them have had families. Every single one of them. Every raider, every probably not superhumans, but every raider, every gunner, every triggerman, every NPC that you thought, oh, evil, and killed them. They've all had a story to tell. And Kellogg is just a very good example of that. Kellogg is definitely evil. He is definitely not a good person. He says it himself. But he is human. He, I truly believe Kellogg, he is a bad person, but throughout his dialogue, you can find out why he's like this, and he feels regret for his actions. You can hear that. He doesn't like killing kids. He's done it, however. So he's definitely evil, but he shows regret for his actions, and that is what I truly believe make him human. Throughout the mission, where you go in his dreams to try and find out about the Institute, you learn a lot about Kellogg, including his backstory, why he chose to be a mercenary, and the evil things he's gone through. His father, his mother, his wife, I assume, and even as a child, just like the Perry character. And I feel the start of Kellogg's descent into evilness starts with his father, an evil man, a raider. Just listen.
Turn down that goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep! Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did.
Kellogg lives in the wasteland. He's a raider. But his father is a drunk and an abusive parent. And no matter what time, what era, that will always be evil. But at least he had his mother.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
His father was abusive, but his mother protected him. But when he ran away, he couldn't deal with the thought of his mother and what she had to go through because of when he left. And that can be a lot for a little boy, even if it is a raider, even if it is someone like Kellogg. He's just a child. He's just a child. It doesn't matter that he's evil, quote unquote. No one deserves to go through that. After a while, Kellogg seems to find himself a wife and a child even. But he knows he's not happy. And he knows that he doesn't deserve his wife. He knows he's evil, a monster even. But still, he believes he's happy. But he knows he doesn't deserve his wife. And he definitely believes that he doesn't deserve someone like his kid because of what he went to go through and what he's done.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
I genuinely felt bad for Kellogg throughout this. He is one of the greatest written characters, at least. Not as a redemption arc, but as someone who is truly human. And you can see that with his speech to his wife and with his daughter.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You gotta give it a chance.
Kellogg, something you see a lot throughout these memories, is that Kellogg doesn't feel he deserves happiness. He doesn't feel like he deserves any of this. His wife, his child, his content. And it all ends very sadly for dear old Kellogg.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you
I
weren't
found
there
another memory
to help
try.
them.
I'll connect you.
No matter how you feel about Kellogg, this is fucking sad, man. His wife and child were killed, and he knows it is his fault. That shit is sad.
I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary.
This may be the most powerful part. You can feel the sadness with every word he says. He sees what his life could have been had he not gone down the path he chose. And I feel like that's one thing not a lot of people think when they're playing this game, is Kellogg is sad. He has regret. He wished he had that life with his family. Think of the way he describes his relationship with Sean. He says that that could have been his family, and that he made a mistake. He wishes things could have been differently. And this video isn't just to be like, say, oh, Kellogg's a great person, he should be redeemed, like he should have had a better ending. No, Kellogg chose his path. He deserves what happened to him. But I've made this video because I want people to know what Kellogg's been through, and that he's not just an evil guy. He's human, like every single one of us. And while he's a bit of an extreme example, isn't pain and suffering, and most importantly regret, isn't that what it means to truly be human? Thank you for watching, and if you liked it, just click that like button. Thank you.